Hey folks, hey folks, Ryan with Premier. How are we doing? I'm doing well. Right now, I am out. It's the second day of spring, which is why it's freezing out here. And we're doing some estimates on parking lots. It's that time of year. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, this is a good example of why you take care of your customers. Okay? This is a big, I don't know, rehab facility, senior daycare, something like that. And another local company who we often get confused with by name, not by work, used to take care of this place. Look at it. What does that tell you? So they're on the phone with us now. And it's not because they went looking. It's because the guy who's in charge is an old customer of mine. And he has a new job now. And his new job has taken him to this big place. And it's huge. There's a whole back to it. I've already walked it. We're not going to walk it again. But, you know, let me give you an example of what they got going on here. You know, this lot is a dump. Look at this. Look at, you got drainage, cracks. They want crack filling, line striping, and seal coating on this parking lot. What? No. I mean, look at the work that's here, right? There's so much work here. There is so much work here. You got mastic, you got crack filling, you got line striping. Oh, well, come over here. Let's check out the catch basins. You're gonna love this. But you got all this work here. But honestly, the only thing that I really am gonna recommend that they do is fix the catch basins. You know, I mean, what are you gonna spend money on? How are you gonna crack fill this? You know. Now, some of you guys, you put in the comments, you know, stop living on your moral high ground. Hey, look, it's a Connecticut patch. Some of you guys, like, live on your moral high grounds, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to do parking lots like that. You should be taking the money. They want to give it, you take it. And it's like, yeah, I see myself saying no to this job and them hiring some other idiot to come in here and just spray this whole place over. Yes, I do. I fully see that happening. I fully expect to come back and see most of those cracks not filled, all of the seal coating done, and just, you know, people don't understand. Once you start like seal coating, you will see cracks that you never thought you were going to see. You never even knew that they were there. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this thing. Okay? So, we definitely have some erosion over here. Okay? Catch basin. Bricks have washed out. Got big holes. Big holes. And then this one over here, which is the telephone, that is sunk. So this needs to be cut out. Plate removed, bricks mortared, leveled out, repatched. Same thing with this one over here. I mean, you could I know some dirtbags that are watching this. You know who you are, dirtbags. But I know some dirtbags who are watching this who would just cut this section out right here, lift this end up a little bit, wedge some bricks and shit in there, and repave it. Because it is pretty level. This side, you can't do that. You got to do it. You got to do it the same way you're going to do that one right there. But that's really the only thing. Excuse me. That's really the only thing that I see that money should be spent on here. Maybe painting the lines, because you got to paint the lines. But if you go over here and you look at like what the last guys did, the last guys. If you look at what the last guys did. Look at this. How does this happen? I know how it happens. I'm just saying, like, what kind of idiot do you have to be for this to happen? You know? You got stencils on top of stencils. You got wrong ADA stencils on top of wrong ADA stencils. You know, it's like, did you even look at the description before you hit purchase on Google? I mean, you know, if you're doing parking lots, man, you plan on changing where you're going to put the lines. They didn't plan on changing it. They just didn't know where they were, you know? But if you're planning on changing your stencil, grab some black paint, dude, and just roll it out. You don't have to set the machine up. Just roll it out. Roll it out. Situations like this, right? We all know what this is. Cracks, let water in. Water separated the binding coat to the top coat. But what you're not thinking of is when you come over here with a blower and you hit this with a blower and the air goes under the layers and does this whole Aladdin carpet thing with the pavement. It makes your patch way bigger than it was when you started. So, I mean, we've been very busy. I've been going out with Mike. Mike's my sales guy. Mike's on the crew for the last couple years. Let's talk about Mike, okay? Mike, kid was in town. I went to town, you know, school, not really with him, but we kind of grew up around the same people. He, you know, he worked doing HVAC, wound up being a salesperson for Raymore and Flanagan for a bunch of years. Was successful doing that, but then decided, I want to be a man, I want to do man shit. And, you know, I always knew that I was going to make him my sales guy, but when he came to work for me, I put him on the crew for a couple of years. I wanted him, you know, the problem with salespeople is they go out, they promise, because they've never done, you know. They might have a relationship with the crew, but they don't have a respect. Well, they might respect, but they don't have a relationship. I don't know, however you want to say it. All right, but what happens is the guys will they'll go out and they'll work and they'll see, like, I can't promise this because he knows exactly what it takes. He knows how to do every aspect of the job. He can go out there and he can talk to the customer in confidence with what he's doing. So this year I moved Mike into the sales job because I also need time. I need time, man. You know, like, I'm doing everything they're doing, plus all the sales stuff and all the office stuff. So, yeah. And hopefully once this building gets put up, you know, construction starting on the building soon, we get some office spaces, we can hire some people. That won't be so bad, you know. And I want to thank you for the millions of views on YouTube that has helped me get the money to do this. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Mike, listen, after the China video, after the 30 million view China video went viral, that was the end of Premier Sealcoating's YouTube page. Somehow, I got 25,000 subscribers, but nobody ever sees my videos. So I'm making this video for about 10 people who are going to watch it. But you know what? I fucking love you, 10 people. I love you. And that's why I do it. So that, and I want my kids to have, like, videos with their dad when their dad's gone. Yeah, I want them to be able to go, that was my dad. That was my dad. I used to listen to him come home and complain about this every day. But that was my dad. So, yeah. So Mike's my sales guy, and we've been very busy. This past week he came with me, you know, and then this week the phone calls have just been coming in so crazy that, you know, we're each going out and doing sales calls. He had I don't know what he had to go look at. He had a tennis court at somebody's house to look at, and then he's going to look at installing a tennis court at somebody's house later this afternoon. I'm at this nightmare of a property, okay? And I'm going to Lexington, home of our forefathers, to go look at 6 tennis courts at a school. And then I gotta head to Hartford, Connecticut, which is a hell of a haul from Boston, to look at 8-pack indoor facility. It's pickleball. So yeah, this is fixing to be the best year that I've ever had. And I hope you guys, I truly hope that you guys have success this year. You know, we're going to be doing a training, a class, I guess, where if you guys want to come up here and train on anything that we do, sport courts is a big one. You know, that we're going to make that possible. So, you know, let me know. Drop a comment if you think you're going to be interested in something like that. You want to come up here and hang with the boys for a week, all right? All right. Adios, amigos. Folks, here we are at number 2 of the day. Number 2 out in Lexington, a home of our forefathers. Basketball courts, nope. We want no part of those. So, this is an estimate that started with the customer inquiring about moving pickleball lines. So, the lines that are on this court now are black, which I think is a horrible color for green and red. But let's see what we got. Alright, courts, not really. Just tell you right now, from what I can see with my eyes, not really in all that bad a shape. What they're trying to do, what they want to do, is they want to add 3 sets of pickleball courts on here for a total of 6. Now, this is very interesting. What is this? Ah! Okay, I understand. So, all right, so we got a set of black lines on each side, but then we also have one for the middle. This is the first time, folks, there's a first for everything. This is the first time I've ever seen this. So, cue the applause, folks. Cue the applause. So, all right. So, they called and said, hey, we want to erase the black lines, and we want to do 3 sets of pickleball lines. I said, okay. He goes, yeah, you can just erase those lines, right? And then just put new lines in. I said, listen, that's not going to work. First of all, you remove, like, you can't just paint these lines to match that color. These cannot be matched to that, okay? Let's say you are lucky enough to figure out, let's say they go, no, we know whose material it was. It says on the thing it was made by Sportmaster. Okay, well, if we can buy the same paint that you were able to do the courts with, even if we just taped over these lines, relaid them out and used that paint to go over just the line area, it's going to be much brighter. This is weathered, it's old. If you put new paint on it, you're just going to trade black lines for fresh red lines. And over here, where it goes into the green, you're just going to trade the black lines for fresh dark green lines, you know? So that's a problem. Then you got cracks. Cracks got to be filled. Ooh, look at this. It's ugly. Oh my God, dude. Who did this? Oh, look at that. See that right there? That's a bird bath. That's a bird bath. Somebody didn't work their edges off the bird bath. So that's something that we can use to our advantage. Because, again, is that what you want to do? Do you want to just cover these lines and paint them that color? I'll do it. Whatever you want, I'll do it. But if you're going to try to lay this out and you're going to try to do this right, you know, you got cracks that are starting to open up. Okay. It looks like somebody tried to power wash this at some point. Patch, another patch that's coming up. You got all this. You know, it's like once you, oh my God, is that another one? No. But it's like once you start looking at it, you start to really find there's a lot going on with this thing, you know? So we can address those problems and tell them, say, look, the last time this bird bath was put in, yeah, let's go grab a ball. Let's see if there's a ball around here. There's got to be a ball around here. I need a ball to prove my point. I need a ball to prove my point. I'm like a dog. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? I'll go back up to my truck for a ball if I have to. I carry balls. Yeah, I carry balls for, you know, situations like this. Dang it. Oh, well, there's balls right here. Ball club. Alright, I gotta go up and get a ball. I gotta go up and get a ball. I'll be right back. I got a ball. We're gonna test the bounce. That's another thing that may help us push them in the way of a resurfacing. If we can prove that there are bounce issues, who wants to play on a court with his bounce issues? Whether you're playing pickleball or tennis, you want to make sure the bounces are working. Now they got a pickleball club going on down here, which means I'm going to go on a limb and say all these elementary kids are playing pickleball. So if I can prove to them that whoever did their court last only cared about a paycheck and didn't care about how their court was going to play, then, well, maybe we can help them fix that. All right. So, this is what we got. We got a bird bath. Nobody bothered to try to clean the edges up on. So we're trying to see if the bounce is affected. Sometimes it can just look like the bounce will be affected. Nope, there you go. That's what I want. Oh, there we go. Let's see over here. Yep. Yep. So, you know, you got some issues with bounce. You got some crack filling that needs to be done. You got some old patches that are starting to separate. You know, I mean, the lines are crooked as hell. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could get them to fit the 3 pickleball courts on here and paint these existing lines without just noticing those existing lines, but just in a different color. So that's my recommendation to them, is going to be, you know, do the courts over. And then lay it out however you want to lay it out. I know it's a lot of money. I mean, for us to come down and paint a set of pickleball lines now is $1,100. It's more the time away from doing other things than it is the size of the job itself. But you got 4 of them, $4,400, 6 of them, $6,600. You know, it's a good day of work, but you know, $6,600, or even if you give them a discount, $5,000, you know, to paint the pickleball lines. I mean, what are we looking at to do these courts over? They're in pretty good shape. I mean, we might be in the neighborhood of $30,000. So I don't know. It just seems like you know, whatever. I just present the, I present it, make the decision. So off to the next one. Awesome. I wish I could video my estimates, because man, did I just kill that one. But I basically just walked around and I pointed out all of the things to them that I pointed out to you guys. And once they started to realize, wait, we're moving all of these courts over. Now all of the courts are going to be in these playing areas where everything is messed up. Well, now they're starting to talk and think about doing a large-scale project. You know, so again, you have somewhat of a duty to kind of tell these people exactly what's going on. Morning, guys. You have somewhat of a duty to tell these people what's going on. I mean, I told them I'll do whatever you want me to do as far as the courts go. But you guys are spending this money. In 2 or 3 years, you're going to have to start to address the issues that I'm bringing up. And then your pretty little pickleball lines are going to get painted over. So, yep. So we're off to Westford. We're on the scene of the... Flip over. We're on the scene of the next one. All right. This used to be a Chili's and something else, I guess. Now it's a liquor store, haircut place, barbershop. This one's got some challenges. Definitely much better than the last lot, but it definitely has some challenges and needs a lot of crack repair. I just reached out to the property manager and asked him, what's the plan with this place? Like, is cost the objective, or is, you know, doing it right and longevity the objective? Because you're going to have a big difference in price between the two. There's a lot of crack repair here, but not beyond the point where it can't be addressed. A little bit of mastic work right here, and then seal coating. Seal coating for this would be tough. You'd have to, with the businesses, you have to pick times when all the businesses are closed, which will be tough. If I was going to do this, I would shoot for Memorial Day weekend. Take advantage of the weekend. You can hear my guys right now like, dick. But that's where we're at. That's what we got. I got a lot of mastic repair along this curb right here. This is great. This is what mastic's used for, you know? The person we're doing this job quote for happens to be my whatchamacallit, my landlord for my shop. So he is aware of the mastic. He knows how well it holds up. We use some at our shop, and man, it's really held up really well. So yeah, it's, you know, typical parking lots. Just got some challenges. Oh, the guy, oh, you know, you're just ripping people off. You know, it used to be milled, 1.5 inch mill depth, yeah. Fucking shut up. Mill depth, I'll mill depth you. I got a mill depth for you. Hey, your mother likes a mill depth. Your mother likes to be mill depth. Hey. Man, a lot of cracks, a lot of cracks, a lot of cracks, a lot of cracks. Not bad, pretty easy. You know, people would go, oh, what's something like that fetch? Well, you know, it all depends. I mean, it's about 47,000 square feet, so You know, seal coating, maybe 9 grand. I'm gonna say you got 15 easy in crack filling and other repairs. So, you know, something like this is neighborhood of 25K, 25 to 30K. Is there a $15,000 option? There sure is, but it's gonna look like dog piss. That's what you gotta like hammer home to these guys. So, off to the next one. This one we gotta go down at Connecticut. Now we're out. We started the day out in Boston. Now we're over in Westford, which is like kind of heading towards the middle of the state, off of 495. And now we're heading in a whole different direction. We're heading to Glastonbury, Connecticut. Guy's got an indoor club down there. He wants to remove 2 basketball courts and put in 6 or 8 pickleball courts. So I said, I'll be right down. We're going to the world of asphalt in St. Louis next week. It's a bonding trip. I'm taking the guys. Taking the guys on a trip for bonding. Team building. Team bonding trip. So, trying to get all my estimates done before we go. So I said, yep, I'll come right down. Don't want anybody else stealing that away. All right, see you in a minute.